TV, whatever you're catching the signals of the TV from, I would like to say thank you so much for being hooked to the best TV in West Nile. Of course, my name is SNR Jero. It's the first time that we are finally back on air and we're giving you the best in terms of the sports discipline. In there, of course, we'll be looking at the number of sporting stories developing as far as the day is concerned. Of course, it has been a while that we have been here hearing out some of the things that really matters to you. Of course, we always consider our fans, we always consider our viewers so much to see that we give you the best in terms of sports. My name is SNR Jero, the host of the show. With you, we shall be discussing a number of sporting stories that are developing within West Nile, Uganda, and across the world. Of course, in West Nile here, the biggest one is about the Black Football Club. Of course, there's a big clash on Sunday as the team will be playing against the team I'm talking about, the Black Angels, at Aberdeen Stadium, as the Black will be looking into winning that game as well. By the Black Angels, they're also fighting hard to see that they attain what we call a promotion into the Times Ghana Premier League in there. So it's yet to be seen whether which team will be winning the bragging rights of that game. Of course, we shall be talking about that game with Frank Roger. Of course, I will be connecting to him live from Nebi Municipality. Of course, we shall be discussing a number of activities about that game. Of course, we shall also be discussing about the Blast Power Nebi Sendu game. Of course, Frank Roger was in attendance, and we shall be discussing a number of that with him. Then here on the Braka also reaching out into a partnership with Berry Cottages. That's something that we shall be discussing in length. Then we shall be discussing the ownership of on the Braka Football Club. Remember, the club is said to be a community club, but on paper it's not a community club. We shall be talking about that one shortly in there. But let us connect to Frank Roger and we hear from him about the activities that actually transpired down in Nebi Municipality about Nebi Sendu Football Club. Of course, he went to later to go and watch that game between Blast Power and the team I'm talking about. I'm talking about Blast Power. He was live, and we shall be discussing a number of sports stories that actually emanated in that particular game. Of course, that is something that we shall basically be talking about, and we shall be connecting to Frank Roger. As I talk, Frank Roger is already online, and we discuss matters with Frank Roger, and we see what best he can do. That microphone is not connecting. Just cancel this now.
But here it was sounding.
But the microphone.
It was sounding here.